All right, guys, so getting shredded, it takes consistency, it takes discipline. You know by now some of the character qualities that it will require to get in great shape. However, one thing I can attest to is starting your day off on the right foot. I know for me, I run a business, I coach people all over the world, I help hundreds and hundreds of guys get in great shape. I also have 2 boys, I have a wife, I have a house, I have all the things you probably have too when it comes to daily life. My to-do list is longer by the minute, if I'm being honest. So how do I control those variables and still ensure that my fitness, my finances, my family, and all those other great things that I have in my life are well taken care of? Well, it starts in the morning. It starts with a very simple routine that gets me started for the day and gets me off on the right foot. And I want to share it with you today so you can use it to get shredded, you can use it to be successful, and ultimately just feel your best as you go about business throughout the rest of the day. So let's start out with the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. Okay, if you want to get shredded, the first thing I suggest you do is actually something to not do in the morning. This is something that most people do right when they wake up. And I know it's 2021, so if you're watching this in the future, it might be different, but ultimately what I can tell you is it's helped me a ton, and I'll explain why. The first thing I don't do in the morning is I don't check social media and I don't check my email. I'll tell you why. Because when you're trying to get in better shape and you're trying to control your future, you're trying to better your future, the last thing you want to do is start playing the comparison game. You don't want to start scrolling and seeing everyone's highlight reel first thing in the morning if you had a bad night's sleep, or maybe you screwed up your diet the day before and you're trying to get back on track. You don't want to start seeing all the guys that look awesome, who are in super perfect shape, and here you are trying to get in good shape, feeling like a little bit down because you're not there yet. Don't get bogged down in the mud of social media first thing in the morning. And don't check your email and start putting out fires first thing in the day. It's gonna zap your mental energy, it's gonna get you off on the wrong foot, and it might set you up to cheat on your diet, to skip your workout, and ultimately that's the last thing you want. So don't check social media or email to start your day. Put your phone away. If your alarm's on your phone, great, turn it off and start going into step number 2, which I'm about to outline right now. Okay, step number 2, water. I can't stress this enough. This has been a game changer for me because I used to wake up in the morning, drink a glass of water and think, oh, I'm good to go, I'm hydrated. Wrong. Your body loses a ton of water overnight. Being dehydrated is the last thing you want when you're on a fat loss diet, or if you're trying to be a high performer, because hunger can often be confused with thirst, or vice versa. Thirst, if you're dehydrated, can be confused as a hunger signal, and ultimately that leads to you wanting to eat more. It leads to you seeking out high sugary foods, high fat foods, because you're just looking to satiate yourself, when in reality, all you needed was more water. Overnight, your body can lose, I believe, up to like a liter of water. So what I do in the morning, I keep it simple. I have a liter of water and I drink the whole thing when I wake up. A quick pro tip, if you will, is to have the water at room temperature. Might sound crazy, but when you wake up and you drink freezing water, well, the body is gonna look at that as a stressor. It's gonna feel a little uncomfortable, and ultimately it might stress you out a little bit and add to a bad start to the day. I know it sounds weird, but just fill up the bottle of water the night before. By the time you wake up in the morning, it will be room temperature. It'll be easy to drink. You'll feel so much more relaxed when you do it. And ultimately, you're gonna hydrate really fast when you get that water in right away. Can't stress this enough. If you do nothing else, drink water a liter upon waking. It will set you up for success for the day. All right, guys, number 3, let's jump into some actual movement for the day. 2 things you can do in combination here is you can move your body, and you can also get some sunlight. Now, if you're one of those crazy people that wakes up at 3 or 4 in the morning and it's still dark outside, forget I ever said sunlight. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to do that, but you can still move your body. I suggest, at a bare minimum, 5 to 10 minutes of movement. This could be going for a walk. This could be stretching. This could be anything that gets your blood flowing. If you're crazy and you wanna do burpees or something like that, feel free. I suggest a little something less impactful. Walking for me is the perfect one. So a quick walk around my neighborhood, a quick walk on the treadmill if it's raining, or just some light jump rope, man, it does wonders to turn your brain on and get your body in the right mode for what it needs to do during the course of the day. Not to mention, a little bit of light exercise in the morning can blunt your appetite. I'm not talking about going for a long run, which can make you super hungry. I'm talking about just waking up a little bit. Sunlight on top of that does wonders for your circadian rhythm, right? So our bodies are naturally built around this thing called a circadian rhythm, where we get more tired when it's dark, we get more awake when it's light. Well, exposing yourself to light first thing in the morning actually contributes to you falling asleep better later in the day. Sounds crazy. I'm not smart enough to explain it, but it works, all right? Get up in the morning, get some vitamin D, obviously great for your immune system, and get some sunlight, which helps you fall asleep better and just get better sleep. So you combine movement with sunlight, well, now you're winning. That is step number 3 of the morning routine to get shredded. Let's wrap it up with step number 4. Okay, guys, so number 4 is one of 2 things, all right? One could be getting your brain in this, what I call grateful mindset, all right? Practicing gratitude for what you have. Now, you might be thinking, dude, I thought this was a video about getting shredded. Like, where's the getting shredded part? This actually helps you get shredded, and it'll help you make more money. It'll help you be a better father, a better friend, a better person. I want you to think about 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for in the morning before you start your day. Because look, if you're in a storm right now, if things are just not going your way, if you're struggling to lose weight, or maybe business is up and down, or maybe you had an argument and you're just ticked off at the world, I get it, I've been there. The one thing I do know that is a guarantee in life is that this storm you're in will pass. But one way to quickly get through it is to be thankful for what you do have. And this could be something as simple as the shoes on your feet, the clothes on your back, the roof over your head. I don't really care what it is, because ultimately we all have something to be grateful for. When I was trying to build my business early on, many, many years ago, and I was struggling to get traction, I hired a coach, and the first thing he had me do was wake up in the morning and write down 3 things I was grateful for. And it served me to this day. Whenever I'm in a tough spot or I feel like things aren't going my direction, I sit down and I write down 3 things that I'm thankful for in that moment. I don't do the same things every time. It might be this bottle of water, it might be my cell phone, it might be anything that I'm just in that moment thankful for, but it gets me in a positive state of mind. And when you're in a positive state of mind, well, guess what? You want to do positive things. You want to eat the meal you're supposed to eat. You want to finish the workout you're supposed to finish. You want to hit your steps. You want to hit your calories. You're going to be more disciplined when you're in a positive state. It's why people reach for the junk food when they're depressed, or when they're, emotionally run down, or they just don't feel good. They reach for that comfort. Well, you can find that comfort in being grateful. I promise you it works. So the last thing I would suggest you do in your morning routine is write down a few things that you're grateful for, or verbalize it so that it becomes real, all right? It's very, very powerful exercise, and it will help you out a ton. All right, guys, that wraps up our morning routine on how to get shredded. Obviously, I have a ton of videos outlining calories, macros, all that good stuff. I'll post a good one here that you can go check out. But if you get your mornings right, it will lead to so much more productivity throughout the rest of your day. Focus on the first part, the rest will follow suit.